You are listening to the Primetime Podcast with your hosts, Bryant Shizzle and Jake Jorgensen. Hello, everybody. Week 14 is in the books. The last week of the regular season. The playoff picture is settled. It's been settled for over a week. And only two of the people in this call are playoff teams. That's right. I'm here with Jake and Brandon. Yay. Congrats, guys. Hate you both. This must be, you know what? So I went to my matchups, right? And it says I'm on a bye this week. So, I must finish first or second, I guess.
Must have, yeah. Must have earned that bye.
So
I've been coming. I'm going to continue to come.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, yeah, I mean, hey, you guys don't have buys, so get dubbed.
I almost had a bye, and then George won this week.
Yeah, that's...
Oh.
Damn. Where's the button?
Boom. Roasted.
Okay. Well, how about we hop right into it, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's George and Lane, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Sam Darnold's that guy. Second highest scoring quarterback. Zach Charbonnet, holy man. Basically just took Kenneth Walker's role in this game and then some. Walker was active, I believe, but didn't get a ton of snaps. I mean, he was sub 50 for sure. I want to say he was closer to like 20 or 30%. Oh, baby. I know Walker's been dealing with some injury. I don't remember what it was, but something.
I think it was his ankle or something.
Yeah, maybe foot, something like that. The Darnold Justin Jefferson stack was nuts, though, holy. And on Lane's side of the ball, well, the Goff Amon-Ra stack. Funny enough, Goff put out this week, so the fact that it was 8 Amon-Ra that didn't put out was interesting. Like the first time all year that's happened. I think this might be his worst game all year. Oh, no, he had Tennessee in week 8, had 8 points, and in week 1 he had 4. Other than that, been double digits. So
It is kind of crazy seeing James Cook only have 6 carries on Lane's team.
yeah, I think
know
that
it
was
a little bit
game
of
script.
but yeah.
Was his
But still.
Ty Johnson? Tyler Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Tyler Johnson. I think it's Tyler Johnson, right? Could be wrong.
T. Johnson. I can't remember his first name. Jake doesn't know because he hates the Bills.
Tyler Johnson was a wide
It
receiver.
might just be Ty.
Is it
Johnson.
Ty?
Yeah, it's just,
It might
it's
be
just Ty
Ty.
Johnson.
Okay.
Tyler Johnson, he's the guy from Minnesota. I don't
Who cares?
This guy's just Ty Johnson.
Yeah, he took over. James Cook didn't get a ton of work. I'm not super worried about it going forward. That was a weird game for the Bills. They're not losing most of the time, although I do believe they have the Lions this week, so it could be another opportunity for that same script. Unless you're Josh Jacobs and score 3 rushing touchdowns against the Lions. So
True.
not a ton to go over on this one. Funny enough, this was a huge matchup for the playoffs. Probably the biggest one this week. The winner has the privilege, sorry Jake, but the privilege to play against Jake in the first round of the playoffs. So absolutely huge for George to get that first round bye.
Boom.
Yeah, I was
Roasted.
Nice. I mean, I was of course watching this matchup. I didn't have to watch it long because
Yeah,
it was over pretty fast.
it
but
was.
It did. It was kind of crazy to watch George, fuck around and not use Lamar, like, cause he's on bye, and Breece Hall's out, and still put up 200 points.
Juwan Jennings dropped 28 on the bench too.
I tried to, in the preview last week. I tried to not say I wanted to play Lane, but you guys could all kind of tell that I wanted to play Lane.
Everybody would have wanted to play Lane. Lane's team, okay, don't get me wrong. Lane's in the playoffs. He's a 4 seed. He's 9-5. He had a good season. His team is not good. At least not compared to a lot of the other playoff teams. Like for me, Jake, you have the worst team. And next, I think, is Lane. And then there's a big jump So I don't know. I mean, I know he had a ton of buys this week, right? This is a great week to play Lane. You know, Derrick Henry's on bye, and I guess that's it. Josh Downs, maybe he starts, but it's mostly the Jared Goff situation for me. If Jared Goff doesn't have a great week, Lane's team is just okay. Derrick Henry has been doing incredible things this year, but I don't believe he's had a touchdown the past couple weeks. He's very anti-Derrick Henry. Still been okay, but he has the Giants next week though, so that'll be big. I don't know. I mean, Debo's been horrible. Addison was a stud. I can't believe that. That would have been a stronger stack.
It would have. I don't know what. I mean, I believe Keenan Allen had a couple of touchdown weeks in a row, so I guess you could start him over Addison. I benched Addison in another league too, so I can't blame Lane. But I don't know. Maybe he was thinking. I don't know if he was actually looking at George's team, thinking like you need Minnesota to do bad anyway.
Maybe
if you want to win this matchup.
That's a fair point.
I'm not sure if that was actually something he was thinking about, or if he was just kind of seeing some bigger name guys out there. I mean, those are like bigger name like DeAndre Hopkins back in the day, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Addison does look pretty great. So not that it would have made a difference in this one, but yeah, I did bench Jordan Addison in another league, and it did hurt.
That is tough. That is very tough. So, I don't know. I don't know if there's much else to talk about in this one. It was pretty pretty one-sided.
Maybe I'll have to shoot George a message. Maybe just start Sam Darnold again next week. I think they're playing the Bears.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know.
Over Lamar. I'd say, it's honestly not a bad play, George.
Get 5 touchdowns passing. Did he have a rushing touchdown too? No, he did not.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yikes. Okay. Next up is I think it's Lemons and Brandon.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go over this one for too long, just because Lemons.
For the same reasons. It's an excellent point. Mahomes, only 13 points. I believe Anthony Richardson had more. Just saying. So I did some math earlier. I'm not going to talk about it yet because Mahomes does have Richardson beaten by a couple points in points per game. But by the end of the season, better believe we're going to bring it up. After the fantasy playoffs are done, I'll be running the numbers again. And let me tell you, if Richardson stays healthy and plays, I got a pretty good feeling. So, yeah, I mean, Lemons
Richardson,
is...
in my book, Richardson doesn't have to pass Mahomes in points by the end of the season for that to be a double.
Well, he won't in total points because he didn't play nearly as many games. Mahomes has played every game this year, and Richardson has played a full 8. He left 1 early. He had like 20% snaps in one of them. Otherwise, he's just been inactive. The only one that hurts you is the one that he left early in, right? Because you might have started him in the games he wasn't playing, and I mean, who really cares? Plus, it's not like you're starting Mahomes anyways if you're a good team. Sorry, Lemons.
True. Yeah, he's tanking and trying to start Mahomes right now.
Yeah, Joey B on
Funny
the
to
bench,
say that.
dropping 32.
His bench popped off.
Step Burrow, I'm stuck on the bench. Yeah. It is funny because Lemons' team isn't that bad. His bench is all right. It had a bad start to the year. But Tyreek Hill, Joe Burrow, Rashad White, DK Metcalf, George Kittle, I mean, those are all pretty solid pieces. He might have been able to beat you here, Brandon, if he actually tried.
Numbers right now.
Yeah.
I've been really close.
Let's take a peek at this.
I think he probably would have won. Top of my head, looks like he may have won.
So he gets 19.5 from Burrow. Who are you benching at wide receiver?
You're probably benching Strange in the flex for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
That's a good point. Strange gets benched. So then you have 31.1 minus. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this real quick. That's 47 points right there.
And you get 24.9 from Rashad White because you're gonna start him.
Yeah, because
we also need to do justice for all of the weeks that he could have picked up some other running backs because he wouldn't. I don't think he'd have Zeke on his roster if he was tanking. Well, maybe.
He would have smoked you.
Yeah,
just those three moves, which are really obvious moves, gives him 72 points.
Holy. I didn't need to win this game anyway, but
Not to mention George Kittle's in there over Hawkinson, and you're probably starting Metcalf over Wicks.
if any, at
Not
least
that
that
mattered.
gave my team some confidence going into the playoffs.
It's true.
It's
He
true.
got on a win streak. Must be nice. All right. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it. You had a ton of buys. Cortland Sutton's in your lineup, probably, huh? Dog.
Yeah, I have a wide receiver dilemma right now. I have too many.
Garrett Wilson. Yeah, you do.
So we'll talk about
Got a lot of guys.
in the preview.
I guess,
of
yeah.
the matchups. So
All right, Jake. I think we're on you.
All right. This we kind of knew this result would happen here.
Yeah,
Listen, Cade's got a good team.
it was a
Josh
scheduled
Allen
loss.
Had a pretty good week, I'd say. I think he set the record. I want to say I read that somewhere. He set the record for quarterback points in fantasy.
Oh, did he
Three
really?
touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. That's what I heard.
I heard that he broke an NFL record of 3 passing and 3 rushing touchdowns.
I
I
heard
don't
somewhere
think that
was
had
a
been done yet.
quarterback record in fantasy. Hopefully,
I believe
hopefully that's
that.
the case. I'm not making that up.
It's a
but
ton of
Back-to-back
points.
record-
The last-
back-to-back record-breaking weeks.
Ooh,
Last week
Yeah.
he had a receiving touchdown,
Mhm.
passing touchdown, rushing touchdown.
throwing for the cycle. Yeah, I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever seen a 60-plus pointer from a quarterback before. Guys like Tyreek Hill, I think, and Jamar Chase have been up there in the past, but I don't know if I've seen it out of quarterback.
Did Kamara do it that one? Did he have 5 touchdowns? that one
Ooh, you might
game?
be right. Kamara might have did it last year. I think that was last year, right?
I just remember that game was 5
Yeah, that was
touchdowns.
insane.
But either way, this game started out a Thursday game, Packers Lions. I don't even want to think about that game anymore. But I had to do it against Cade. I had to like we already talked about. I was already locked in as the 6th seed practically, or I think I was actually locked in.
Yeah,
had
I
to
believe
go
you were.
back.
Yes,
Yeah, and it was also
you would have had to outscore
it
Brandon by
was
like
Lemons
200 points.
and Lemons tanking. I can't remember the exact situation, but we knew I was the 6th seed anyway.
Yeah, we knew you were
so I
in the
went with-
playoffs for sure.
I felt really good about the Love Reed stack, honestly. I remembered Thanksgiving last year against the Lions. Felt like something was going to happen there, and then Reed literally got nothing, which was pretty surprising.
Goosed.
Did not see that one coming. And then Josh Jacobs had 3 touchdowns, and the Packers still lost. So that was pretty brutal, but
Josh
like,
Jacobs
for
might
the
have
rest-
been the reason that he didn't get much.
pretty much, yeah. I was pumped the week before to see 2 touchdowns in person at the game, and then Reed doesn't do anything here, but maybe we're saving it for. I'm probably gonna start the same stack again. I've been trying to do it like all year when I can.
You kind of
when I
have
could,
to,
so.
right? I mean, it's not like your bench is that loaded where you're going to miss out, and the upside of that stack is ridiculous.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm switching off between the Brown stack and the Packers stack. the
Yeah,
last, like,
the
5
Brown
weeks.
stack is a mistake.
It's a mistake every time I don't start them when they pop off.
I mean, they did play
Sure.
Pittsburgh
Thankful
this
for
week,
this
so
snow.
the Chiefs are, a team you can beat with Jameis.
Yeah. I mean, I picked up Grendo. I spent all my fab on
And
Grendo. I
And he was
happy
your best
about that.
player. And now he's
He was,
hurt.
and he's hurt, and he's questionable, and he's playing on Thursday. So it's
Yeah,
a
I
bad
know.
combo of being
I don't
hurt
know if
and
he's
playing
gonna
on
play.
Thursday.
He didn't practice today.
And I honestly look at my running backs. Like Rico Dowdle's been solid. I
Yeah.
probably won't start him if he's like super late time decision
Guarendo?
start.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be close call, but at the same time, Braylon
the
Allen
Rams.
probably doesn't get played again if Brees Hall's back. So we'll see. We'll see about that one.
Yeah, and
But
I think personally I'm expecting Brees Hall to be back.
yeah, I think that sounds right.
I really hope he is because I have him in one of my leagues in the playoffs and they play the Jags, I believe. So I would love for him to be back. Yeah, they play Jacksonville.
Now, the one thing about Grando though is I might start him just because like Najee usually would be pretty startable. I guess he's not like been
Yeah, Najee's
insane or
alright.
anything, but they're playing the Eagles this week, so I'm not going to talk about the preview yet. But that's a tough matchup for sure. So I don't really want to play
Yeah.
Najee. I don't see the high upside at least from that one.
It's true.
But yeah, I just got smacked. I don't have much else to say than that. But CD looked great on the Simpsons broadcast. He was.
I got to go back and check that out because I heard it was hilarious.
It was.
Lisa
funny.
punching in a touchdown for
Yeah, Lisa was CD.
not Lisa Jordan.
Lisa was throwing.
Oh,
No,
happy
no,
birthday to
no.
Lisa. Shout out Lisa.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, happy birthday.
Big. Now you're going to have to
But
show her the show.
I will. Yeah, I'll have to do that. I could have maybe beat Lane's team, or sorry,
Yeah, well,
Cade's
correct.
Cade's team.
He
I
would have
could've-
beaten
I
Lane.
could've beat Lane's team for sure,
Everybody
you're
beat
right.
Lane's
Yes.
except for Lemons, and Lemons could have
I
slapped
could have done
Lane.
that. If Josh Allen didn't go off for that much, it wouldn't have still been that close. But I would have
Josh
felt like I had
Allen.
a chance.
Josh Allen
was
almost
just-
beat Lane.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's fair to say.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, on Kate's side of
This-
the ball, other than Josh Allen, everybody else was kind of forgettable. I mean, Tyrone Tracy had a good week. He's been putting up points. It's impressive to me when the Giants only have 11 points that he can almost have 20. JSN has been continuously cooking, and everybody else has just been fine on that side. So, yeah, you're right. If Josh Allen has a normal Josh Allen week, say it's like 30, 35, this is a lot closer of a game. Still lose, though.
I do still lose, but yeah. Yeah, that's all I got for this one. It felt like a 2 seed versus 6 seed type of game.
Yeah. Well, that's why Cade has to buy.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right. I believe. Wow. No way. I'm the matchup of the week. There were not very many close games this week. Next up, I guess, is Greg and Nick. 165 from Greg. Jamar Chase is most of that. What a dog. 51 points, 2 touchdowns, 177 yards. He's been absolutely cooking. Jamar Chase hasn't had sub 20 since week 9, and oh my goodness, 64, 26, bye week 20 and 51. I bet you if you have the points per game and you include the bye week as a 0, he might still be the wide receiver 1 in that stretch.
Probably.
That is nasty work, man. I mean, maybe someone, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. He might be that guy. So 18 targets. I mean, those are Malik Neighbors numbers. Back when Daniel Jones was there, slinging it.
True.
So yeah, it's got to be nice. You know what? I do feel for Greg though, because next week he has Tennessee in Tennessee, and Greg's a Titans fan, right? So it's going to be tough to see either Jamar Chase get locked down or him to absolutely obliterate Tennessee, his team.
I refuse to believe that Tennessee has one of the best pass defenses in the league, according to this fan.
Yeah, a lot of times when you see defenses like that, you see teams like the Eagles and the Steelers who have good defenses, and then you see teams like Carolina and the Giants who you just don't have to throw on, so it's kind of artificially inflated. I think Tennessee might be one of those. You don't really have to throw on Tennessee. I think if you want
you get
to,
early
you can.
leads from like turnovers,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a team you don't have to pass on at all.
So I'm gonna go with that's probably why, but yeah, hey, maybe they'll lock them down, Not a ton else going on here. Nick's side of the ball, Kyler was okay. Yeah, that Chase Brown guy's been kind of cooking. Not gonna lie.
Lisa.
What?
Lisa.
That was another.
He was another Lisa on the broadcast.
Yeah, he was.
Was Lisa all the running backs?
He was Chase Brown. That's all I saw. I saw the highlight of
That's
Chase
funny.
Brown.
Well,
someone was like, "Who needs Joe Mixon when you have prime Lisa or something?"
Damn, Lisa was punching
She
the
was also
guts.
T. Higgins. She was also T. Higgins.
That's funny.
I actually I was confused on when she would get brought into the game because I thought she was gonna be one person in particular. Or,
I mean, there aren't that
or something.
I guess there are enough Simpsons characters where you could probably feel the full 22. But at the same time,
plenty.
yeah, because the Simpsons have been going on forever, right? So there's tons of characters. But if you're gonna go for the memorable characters that everybody knows, reusing the main characters, I suppose, makes sense.
I was just listening to a podcast today about there are people reacting to it, and everyone's kind of talked about how they could do one drive, maybe 2 drives, and they had to turn it off because it's just hard to follow the game, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Especially when
did they not have another broadcast?
No, they did for sure.
Oh,
okay. That's actually one of the things they said. They need to just force us to only have a broadcast like that once, just to see what happens. So we literally have no other form of watching the game.
That'd be awesome.
But they were talking about how it would be crazy if something happened, like a Myles Garrett incident on a Simpsons broadcast. and after some deliberation, they realized that the funniest possible thing would be a DeMar Hamlin situation.
Oh man, like Homer goes down clutching his chest or something. Oh, that'd be bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
But it's dumb because obviously there's a delay with that broadcast. But whenever I don't know what would happen, but at some point they would just do like a view that was like a blimp view, and you couldn't see anything that was going on
I
at all. So
guess.
they must just not have had the right footage or anything. I don't know exactly
Sure.
how it works, but yeah, just brutal. But funny that people would have some clips out there of it. And yes, they had a lot of Simpsons characters scoring touchdowns in that one.
That's big. I'll have to check
But yes,
that out.
Chase
I'll look at
Brown,
the
he
highlights.
has been doing good.
Oh, did Aaron Jones have a kid or something? I see his name has been updated to Aaron Jones Sr. Good for him.
I think, I don't know when exactly, but yeah, I think I've seen that for a couple weeks now.
Pretty sick. So yeah, I mean, this game also a blowout. I'd roast Nick a little harder for his lineup, but I mean, two guys that had no points got hurt in the game, and literally every single person on his bench had 0 points, so he had no other options. So he's in a tough spot. Kudos for starting a lineup and actually putting up decent points, in all honesty. Oh, geez. All right, I guess this is the matchup of the week, me and Preston. You know, and to be fair, this had a lot going on it. For as far as non-playoff teams go, the loser of this game jumped the other in the draft order next year. So get fucked, Preston. I passed him.
Big.
And he didn't even start Lab McConkey. Or I guess he did start Lab McConkey, but he had 0. Every time, okay, so this game was hilarious because both of us are trying to lose, right? And every time, Adam Thielen and Chuba and Roma Dunze were getting tuds, I was like, what the hell? And then I'd look and Puka has another big play or something. He had 45 points. I'm like, all right, thank you, Puka. Josh Jacobs, 3 touchdowns. I'm like, sick. Devontae Adams cooked. I'm like, yay. It was impressive to me that both of us, I mean, Preston started a better lineup than I did. He definitely could have put in someone like DJ Moore, but I mean, he didn't have a ton of options on his bench for guys that he wanted to lose on. So
David Moore.
Oh, is that really David Moore? Oh God.
Yes.
Why do you have him
I'm
on
sure
your
he
team?
picked him up last week, and he was already eliminated from playoff contention. So I was very confused at what he was doing.
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago.
No, maybe
But
he wasn't
still.
eliminated.
Maybe he was ready to tank, and then he just completely forgot that he was tanking and started.
That might have been the week that Thielen and Leggett were both out, I believe. Because I don't think either of them played in the previous week.
I don't actually know if Preston knows he's still in this league with how much he mentions Dynasty nowadays.
I'm not sure if he knows
That's all
that
he
that's
talks
David
about.
Moore. What are the odds he thought he was picking up DJ Moore? He used to play for the Panthers.
You probably did.
Boom. Roasted.
Sorry,
He's
Preston.
like, oh, how many picks am I going to get from this dude?
He's like,
Something
well,
I'm
Bryant's got
not
Roma
sure.
Dunze. Let me just start DJ Moore.
One thing on Mantix is probably the last we'll mention of him because he's not making the playoffs.
Oh.
Trade in your whole team basically last year for picks. I know his team was good on paper going into the year. No one thought this was going to happen. It wasn't really his fault, but that is still just disgusting, missing the playoffs. You look at
Yes.
Jake's team, and then you look at
Brandon, I mentioned this last week on the pod because I said literally I built Preston's team this year with all of my picks that I didn't get to have, and he still doesn't make the playoffs.
That just means that
Pretty much
Preston
makes the playoffs.
saves you from having a shitty year, Jake.
Well, we'll find out next week.
By him having all of your picks, you couldn't have picked all of his bad players. Instead, you
Well,
got all these studs in the 10th round and beyond.
Yep, Dave
Preston is-
Montgomery.
Preston is basically the 2024 Jets.
Honestly, that's
Pretty
not a bad
much.
comp. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Good on paper. Didn't perform.
Has Devontae Adams.
And
As
that's
Devontae Adams. Nice.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Oh, Preston.
Baby.
Yeah. I did find it funny. I put in my worst lineup that I could possibly think of, and then I looked at them and I was like, shoot. I mean, should have started Kamara. Khalil Shakir, Payne, but Marvin Harrison and Kamara. You throw those guys in there, my team's a lot stinkier. Stuck them on the
True.
bench because I thought they'd have decent games. Whatever. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that does it. So
Definitely, I think that might actually be. This might be like the worst week of Rewind in terms of matchups. Nothing was close at all.
there were 0 close games. We did a great
That's
job,
wild.
though. We entertained the people, I'm sure. George cracked up,
Hopefully.
I bet you, when I talked about his game.
Yeah, he almost scored 200, so he will be listening
Yeah.
in.
It's the only time he listens in. Hey, actually, sidebar. Did he start AJ Brown? Wow.
I thought
Only
so.
only 8.3. AJ Brown's trash. Should have traded him to me, George.
I heard that him and Jalen Hurts haven't been getting along.
I have
Just
also
wanna put that
heard
out
that
there.
actually.
See that post game interview where it was like,
Yeah, who was it? Devonta Smith said that?
no, that was AJ Brown. They interview him. They go, "What do you need to work on after they narrowly beat the Panthers?" He goes, "Or what part of your team needs something like what do you need to work on?" He goes, "Passing."
Oh God, did he
That's
really
all
say
he
that?
said.
That
That's all
I
he
didn't
said.
hear that part. That's crazy. I mean, to be fair,
I heard he was aiming it more at the coaching.
Yeah.
Hurts.
I mean,
allegedly, and of course that's what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna double to be fair
He
this
looks
because
pissed. He
Saquon's
looks
been a
really pissed.
dog, and also AJ Brown has been butt naked most of the year, and Jalen Hurts just can't hit him. he's always open, man. He's a stud. I had heard, I thought it was Devonta Smith. I could have that wrong, but somebody had said in a presser that they were like, yeah, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts don't look like brothers like they did last year. They don't look the same. I was like, damn, because wasn't there a thing where one of them was at the other's wedding or like holding their kid for their birthday party? Oh yeah, they were going to their kid's birthday party or something last year. I remember in the off season, it was a big hype story because they were like best buds, right? So yeah, kind of weird what's going on in Philly. Kind of weird. So yeah, well, anyways, let's hit the standings quick. It didn't really change much. Greg top of the league, Cade also with the bye. Both teams 11-3. Kudos to both of you guys. Really good records. And very close on points for. Heavy favorites, one of those teams. George, Lane, 9-3. Brandon, 8-6. Big comeback this year. And Jake, 7-7. The rest of us did not make the offs, unfortunately. One thing very important that I do want to mention on this that Jake and I realized before starting the show is Greg is on a 10-game burner. 10 win streak, which, if you look, is a higher win streak than Lemons has losing streak, which blows my mind because it feels like Lemons lost every single game this year. So the fact that Greg has won more games consecutively than Lemons has lost consecutively blows my mind, A. And B, which is probably more impressive, is that Greg has already broken the record in the history of primetime ever. No team has ever had a 10-game win streak in the history of this league, and this league's been going on for like 14 years. 24 years, that'd be crazy. This league's been going on for like 14 years, right? I think 2010 might have been the first year. Yeah, the biggest win streak was 9. 3 teams held it, myself, Jake, and Lane, in various seasons. We all had 9. Greg has 10 with an opportunity to make it 14 plus. Keep going, baby. 20, 30. It carries over between years, that record does, so you can just keep going.
Yeah, congrats to Greg. That's wild. I wouldn't have thought. I honestly did not realize that Greg was on a 10-game win streak or a 9-game win streak with an 11-3 record.
It's kind of crazy, huh? Because
that's wild.
What did he start, like
won't lie,
1-3?
I noticed that because when him and I played like 2 weeks ago, I think I was on like a 5 or 6, and he was on 7 or 8 at the time, and I was like, well, one of us has to lose, and it was me, unfortunately. But
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, so good stuff. Congratulations to Greg there. I hope you take pride in knowing that you knocked me off the first place spot in that record because that's one of the only ones I have. Fuck you. All right. Top players of the week: Josh Allen. I think everybody knows 64.88 on Cade's team. Zach Charbonnet on Georgia's team 43.3. Jamar Chase. Who would have thought? 51.1 on Greg's team. George Kittle 25.1 on Lemons' bench. Basically, his starting lineup goes to his bench. Matt Wright, 16 points, free agent for a kicker. San Fran's defense, 16.5 on Georgia's team. And that is all. Transactions, I don't think were very crazy. But I suppose we could take a peek.
Guerendo, though.
Oh, yeah, that's
Guerendo was
true.
crazy.
Guerendo, yeah. Yeah, so there were 4 bids on Guerendo, 3 of which were the max fab for all those teams. Jake put down all of his fab, won him at 76. George put down all his fab at 61, couldn't cut it. I did the same thing. I had 37 remaining. And Cade put 50 down. I don't remember how much Cade had. Could he have won him? He has 80. Yeah, he could have won him.
Yeah, he could have.
Is that by one fab? Do I have that right? Do you get 79?
I had 76.
Oh,
I had
76. Okay. So
76.
yeah. So if Cade put all of his fab down, he could have had Isaac Guerrero. If he plays this week, then not a bad deal. If he doesn't play, then that is painful for you.
Yeah, it was at this point in the season worth a shot for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why 3 out of the 4 teams that bid on him put all of their fab down. Honestly, I think we talked about this in the group chat a bit, but Lane not putting all of his fab down on Guerrero shocks me because he needed to win that game. Not that it mattered in the end because George put up 200 points, but Lane did have Derrick Henry on bye and a gaping hole at running back. Kind of blew my mind that he didn't even bid. So,
yep.
Zach Charbonnet got picked up by George. I didn't realize he was out there. Good pickup. Top running back of the week. And Sam Darnold was picked up. Second quarterback of the week, I believe. Yeah, George is making some moves in the free agency landscape. And that was about it. Tajay Spears, McManus, Butker, a lot of kickers. Brandon got Butker. Did you stick him straight to the IR? Is he still on IR? Okay.
Technically, yeah, but he is. Well, he's likely going to play this
Running
week.
towards playing. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean,
if not, I'll have to audible something else.
He's a good start. Everybody else kind of bid. Don't really care.
Speaking of waiver wire pickups, well, I guess Lane just picked up Justin Tucker right now.
Oh, like just now?
Yeah, he just grabbed Justin Tucker.
Look at that live updates and Washington's defense.
I'm surprised no one picked up any other San Fran backs.
Yeah.
I thought after.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't want to drop anyone on my team, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on bye this week, so what do I need?
I thought there'd be at least I don't know. I almost considered it.
Problem is, and I think part of it is who is it at this point, right? Because it's oh geez, let me go to
Patrick
NFL.
Taylor is the guy.
Yeah, well, there's
right now.
And there's a Banaconda and somebody else, right? Patrick Taylor. Well, there's Kyle Juszczyk.
I've seen rumors of Debo getting a little
Keyshawn
bit of
Vaughn
this week.
That would make a lot of sense, but Debo looks like ass.
And
that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, historically, Debo had kind of been that guy, right?
Yeah.
For the Niners.
Yeah.
But this year, he's just looked so bad. I don't think he.
Didn't he complain about it, about being in the run?
Yeah,
he complained about not getting enough targets. I believe it was targets that he was complaining about.
Yeah.
Not just action. And then on his tweet, Twitter corrected him.
Oh,
something fact checked him.
Yeah, the community notes. Community notes
is like that he leads something in drops or something like that. Like they lead the Niners in drops, something like that.
It was an elite community
fact
note.
check was funny.
Yeah. You guys are talking about different things though, because that happened recently, Jake. What Brandon's talking about happened. I don't know if Brandon's talking about this, but
years ago.
Yeah, this was a year or two ago when he was trying to negotiate his new contract. He was mad that they were using him as a running back so much. That was the reports, at least. I don't know if any of that was actually confirmed, because I think they were going to try to pay him as a running back and not a receiver was the talk. So yeah, there was some talk about that a couple years ago when he was signing his deal. Or looking to sign his deal. But yeah, that was funny. I did hear about that with the community note.
Yeah, him and Ayuk. I couldn't imagine being Brock Purdy and just watching him and Ayuk complain the entire year, and then you're getting paid nothing.
Juwan Jennings, please cook. It's crazy. Yeah, so I don't know.
He has been playing pretty well. Yeah,
I think that might be part of it for the San Fran running back room. It's just I don't know who it's gonna be. Yeah, like Patrick Taylor, sure, Slayton is the guy, but with Keyshawn Vaughn, Anaconda, and Kyle Juszczyk, it might just kind of turn into a cluster. Who knows? Anyways, matchup previews. We only have 2 to go.
Playoff matchup previews.
Playoff previews. The PP.
I was waiting for that one.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we got Brandon and Lane here. This is a big heavyweight 4 and 5 seed matchup. Winner of this gets who? Cade? No.
No.
Greg.
Chase Bank.
There you go. Yeah. And Greg did ask me this on the side, but I guess I can make an announcement quick. Playoffs do not reseed in this league, so it's March Madness style. What you see is what you get. As far as the bracket goes, if Jake wins, he will not play Greg. He will play Cade.
All right.
So, anywho, back to the matchup. I mean, hey, it's playoff season, baby.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Got Jared Barf, depending on what you get out of him. Amon Ra, Keenan Allen. Lane must have checked his lineup because he just made some pickups. Really starting Keenan Allen?
Yeah, he just picked up Tucker in
What the fuck
Washington
is this
defense.
Justin Tucker projection. This is disgusting. Over 10
Oh
points.
my god.
That's
He hasn't
absurd.
done that since week 9.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is kind of disgusting. I mean, I know it's the Giants, so theoretically you're going to put up points,
I
but
think they're gonna
shit.
be punching tutties in more than they're kicking field goals.
Yeah, but they might score 10 tutties.
Those are just opportunities to miss PATs. That's
That's a
actually
good
more
point.
dangerous.
Actually, that's a good point. -3 is a big deal.
You score 5 touchdowns, there's a good chance he misses one of those PATs.
I'd give Justin Tucker a 7.6 projection if it were me. Hire me, Yahoo.
That's fair.
Devonta
Yeah,
Smith
sure.
hasn't. You could start him. I'd probably be starting Josh Downs, I guess, if it were me. Over Keenan Allen. I guess Keenan Allen. Minnesota is apparently the worst defense against wide receivers, so maybe he's got a point there. I don't know, man. Keenan Allen's kind of stinks. Bears stink.
See, I really don't want to give Lane any
Jordan
time
Addison.
at all.
Oh
I
yeah.
was gonna say. You think
You could. I
Addison
mean,
has to get a look, maybe?
he's so boom bust though.
But I don't want to be sweating on Monday. Although
Yeah.
Keenan
It's a bad
Monday.
matchup. Although last time he played the Bears, he did have
Bijan
a 34.
Are there 2 Monday games this week?
Yes, there are.
Disgusting.
Vikings, Bears, and I don't remember the other one.
Atlanta. I see Bijan plays. Oh, Atlanta and the Raiders. Is that? Yeah, the Raiders.
Ooh, yeah.
Gross.
Okay, you have to think he's going to want to think about Addison one day, right?
You definitely consider it, especially for guys like Hopkins and Keenan Allen. Hopkins, I guess he's been solid. You do play Hopkins. I think he probably has good stability. I'm okay with that. Between Addison and Downs, I'd be probably playing one of them. I don't know. I mean, Keenan Allen could absolutely outscore both those guys. He's been good apart from last week. You know, those 2 weeks prior, he was heating up. It was NBA Jam. So I get it. Who knows? Brandon's side of the ball. Let's see. Jalen Hurts, Cooper Kupp, Garrett Wilson, Achane. Oh man, this team is so nasty. Fuck.
I need Kelsey, man. I need him. I need him to do something.
Pacheco staying on the bench.
See, my bench right now, this is not the lineup in there right now is not confirmed. The only guy that would move, I think, is Garrett Wilson. I think I have to start Sutton. He's been so good. I
agree.
I don't think I have to start Kupp, but
I
I
would.
kind of have to start Kupp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start Kupp.
He's had one bad week since he's been back, and it was 4.7. I mean, other than that, he's been basically 15 plus every single week. He's been pretty damn good.
And Garrett Wilson the last 2 weeks has been. I mean, he wasn't really great 2 weeks ago, but he had 10 targets. 10
Yeah,
targets last week. He
he's
was
been getting
feasting.
work.
Right now, he's in there. Then Judy's been playing well. I'm not really considering him though. He's been scoring touchdowns. James Conner is the guy right now that I would go over Pacheco if I'm gonna start anybody other than Garrett Wilson.
Oh yeah, I mean you're not playing Pacheco at all, in my opinion.
No, he's too
Bijan
risky.
Achane, yeah, James Conner could totally be a start here.
Zay Flowers, not really a thought for me. I expect Derrick Henry to score like 50 million points.
It's fair.
I'm also playing this week, which is brutal. But
Calvin Ridley could be in play, but I
Yeah.
think I agree that I'd be playing Conner over him, and probably Judy over Ridley too.
yeah,
I would
in my
definitely
head-
play Judy over Ridley for sure.
I don't
in
know
my
if I'd
head,
play
it's really
Judy
just
over
Conner
Wilson
or
though.
Wilson.
Yeah, Jacksonville's such a nice matchup. If Breece Hall doesn't play, I'm 100% playing Wilson in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. Right now, this is what I'm most confident with. I might move with I might go James
Tough.
Conner. I have this little thing where I like to look at the Vegas odds.
Oh yeah,
on
that's a good way to do
the
it.
player props. to see what they think. But
Yahoo should probably do that too, because holy shit, are their projections bad sometimes.
yeah,
What's Justin Tucker's player prop? Over under 1.5 field goals. Over under half missed PATs. Yeah, that's something.
Good matchup. I'm worried.
It will be a good
I am
matchup.
very worried.
Brandon seems better on paper, but with so many options on the bench, I mean, not everybody's going to put up, right? Unless they do,
Yeah.
like the past few weeks.
I mean, there's about a 60% chance this game just comes down to the Goff Amon-Ra stack.
That is true for almost all of Lane's games.
Buffalo got diced up last week.
Yep.
So I can either see that as, will they get diced up twice in a row? I don't know. And that's kind of how I'm leaning.
They could.
I hope.
Their defense doesn't seem
But-
very good.
Just anyone but Amon-Ra, please.
Laporta.
J-Mo, let Jake Sky.
Oh,
Let
Jake's
Sky.
guy. Jake hopes for a 2 weeks.
J-Mo
Are you
looked
going
good
to play him?
last week. He didn't get a
He
touchdown.
did.
J-Mo looked good last week.
I saw a couple plays from him. I was like, damn, that's Jake's guy.
They started out. I think he had 3 catches in the first quarter. Like they started out with him.
Yeah.
Looking good. I
was
didn't
cooking.
start him last week, so it's like, Jesus Christ. There's J-Mo for 50 yards already. I liked it, but yeah, it was against the Packers, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about my matchup in a sec, but I'm thinking about J-Mo. We'll see. It's on the lineup right now.
Ooh. Speaking of JMO, what's that over there right now? Oh, wait, hold on. Reverse, beep, 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 back it up, baby. Who do you guys got? I know Brandon's answer, but
I've got Brandon.
I'm going to go with myself tentatively. If Lane starts Addison,
you know what I will say, Brandon?
I think you should start Addison.
You know what I will say before you make your pick? Last week, Preston is made history by being the first guest this year to pick against themselves, and he was wrong.
well, I can't side with Preston, so
Exactly.
I'm going to pick myself.
Not to mention he was wrong.
even though
so.
It's true. I'm going to have to pick
It was weird, though, because the first time that a guest picked against himself, it was because he wanted to lose that game.
Yeah,
So
that is true.
he really would have just picked himself if
He
he was
would've.
trying to win and then won the game.
Yeah,
So
there's
that
a
was the
big
only-
asterisk by it. Although yeah. Guess is still shooting 70% from the hip this year, so
Wild.
crazy. Because I passed you, Jake. Spoiler alert. I passed you by
Did you?
0.11%, buddy.
All right, couple games left to.
I'm at 58.57. You're at 58.46. Take that L.
You hate to see it. You hate to see that.
So yeah, okay. Jake, you said you're taking Brandon.
Yeah.
I agree. Bijan and Achane is just too nasty. Those two guys alone could have 60 points. Easy. Houston and Vegas? Are you kidding me? My
Oh,
God. Jalen Hurts against Pittsburgh scares me a little bit. I have to start him in my league too. And I mean, it's Jalen Hurts, so he's going to have like -1 at the halftime, and you're going to be shitting yourself. Then he's going to end up like
Exactly.
28 because he has 2 tushes and pushes. Fuck, I always mess that up.
brotherly
He's-
shove.
Yeah, thank you. The brotherly shove.
I did see the stat about how Saquon still has not scored from the 1 yard line.
Yeah, but he has how many touchdowns? Like 12 or something like that? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Saquon's insane. Obviously, he's been insane, but I think they said that he got to the 1 yard line. I don't remember if it was 8 or 10 times this year, but let's say it was 8 or 10 times. So
if he took
could have had 8 or 10 more touchdowns.
if he took all of Jalen Hurts' rushing
It says
touchdowns on the 1 or
13
2,
touchdowns.
yeah, if Saquon took all those, I bet you Saquon breaks the record for touchdowns.
Probably, yeah.
Because he'd have like 26, right? It'd be crazy. I don't know what the record is, but it can't be much higher than that.
Sirianni. It's in the 20s. It's LaDainian Tomlinson, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, LT got it. Because
Shout out Sirianni, though.
was it Jamal Williams tied it the other year when he played for the Lions?
He broke Barry Sanders.
Oh,
Lions record.
okay, that's what it was. I remember him doing
I
something
did
with
see
the
the
record.
Bills run the tush push this last week.
Oh yeah,
Twice.
worked. All right, George and Jake matchup we all want to see. Third
Oh,
versus sixth.
baby.
It was.
If Jake wins, this will feed families.
It was the
This will
matchup
feed
everyone wanted to see.
nations.
That's what.
Feed nations.
That's
if
what-
Jake
If
wins.
Jake wins, he'll beat
Yes, this
nation.
will feed families. This will feed nations. I'm so hyped for this.
Wow.
This is a tough. It's a
I'm
tough
almost
names
more hyped for
battle.
this than my own game.
This names
That's
battle
because
is
there's no
so bad.
stakes. That's because there are
The
no
name-
It was so bad.
The names battle is not fair. It's not fair this one.
Daddy's league.
If he subbed out for Jawan Jennings for like T. Higgins, the names battle is just disgusting.
Yeah, this is despicable. Lamar, Justin Jefferson, Jawan Jennings, Kyron, Brees Hall, Trey McBride, AJ Brown. Jake, you know what? I'm going to try to do you a solid here and bomb George's team with Kyron. Kyron in San Fran's a tough matchup. He's been just kind of skating by lately on TUDs. 2 touchdowns last week, 1 touchdown the week before, 100 yards before. It's pretty good. But,
Fuck Kyron.
I know. Ever since George bitched about him to me, he's been pretty good. But Kyron's going to stink, and A.J. Brown would have gone to me. He's going to stink too. That'll be a double bomb in George's lineup. I'm calling it here. Plus, Brees Hall isn't going to play. And then you're going to have Braylon. If Brees Hall doesn't play, that's huge for you because you have Braylon out.
I need extremely good news from Grando soon. Very soon.
So here's my question, Jake.
Yeah, what's up?
Say Guarendo's active. You have Montgomery in. You have Rico Dowdle, and you have Braylon Allen. Say Brees Hall's out. What's your running back? Who are you leaving out of those 4? Dowdle's in Carolina.
Probably
Guarendo's against the Rams. Braylon Allen's in Jacksonville, man.
Oh yeah, in Jacksonville. That's tough.
He's in Jacksonville.
Oh,
It's probably Dowdle, but man, it might be Guarendo. It's probably Guarendo, right? Because he's dealing with the injury.
You getting like.
The problem is you won't know.
Man, in this match, what's tough?
You won't know.
I won't know.
Because Brees Hall will be ruled out.
But I feel like I honestly do feel like if Grandel is like if we hear really good things about it, I think I have to fire him up tomorrow.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean if he plays, I think you might have to fire him up. Not gonna lie.
I'll worry about that at a different time.
Yeah.
I'll worry about having too much firepower on a different day, going up against George's 8-team league team here, again in my 12-team league team here.
Aiden Reed projected for less than Justin Tucker. That is just disgusting.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Sunday night under the lights, the Jordan Love Jaden Reed stack will do wonders.
Oh baby.
I really think it will.
That would make me very erect.
We'll probably have a decent look at how this matchup's gonna go on Thursday. I mean, Jake's got George has Kyron Juwan and his D.
Oh,
pause and Jake's got Guarendo.
What's tough is I know I need to put up some points to beat George's team. He just put up 200 or whatever, but I'd love to. I've been trying to start Browns like the last 6 weeks. I've been trying to do it. Playing against Kansas City, their defense has just been too good for me to do it. I think. There's a couple options I have here. Like I said, I already thought about Jameson Williams. There's a chance that I end up randomly subbing in Jameson Williams like at right before the 325 game's over, Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I might need the stack at that point too. So
if you're gonna beat George, you might need the stack.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, my season cannot end with Jameson Williams 30 points on the bench.
Lucky for you, Jake, you can have the stack. Jameis Winston, Elijah Moore.
I was about to say you have the better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the thing.
I was the guy that enticed you into that.
You did.
Don't die by that. You'll make
that
George
one did not work
happy.
that week, for the record. But I've been trying to do it.
He had 44
it's too
points
bad
in week 13,
Jerry Judy's
man.
been the guy that has been taking off there, but
Jake,
Tillman looked good early.
It's been every other week for Jameis. Week 7, 9, 30, 5, 32, 12, 43, 15.
Dude, it's the Chiefs, though.
It's dude, Chiefs are 12th against quarterbacks. They're hot booty.
You got to save Jameis for next week.
But next week is their bad week. It's every other. Matchup doesn't matter for Jameis.
I think trying to time Jameis might be the wrong idea.
No.
Let Jameis come to you.
You can't.
Let Jameis.
That's the thing, Jake. You have to believe in. You have to have faith, like Jameis has faith in the Lord, and you have to fire him up. You can't play him on matchups. You know that. Honestly, here's the thing. Last 4 weeks, I'm going to say this real quick. Last 4 weeks, he's had 30 plus in all games he hasn't played against Pittsburgh.
True.
Think about that, Jake.
I'll be thinking about a lot of these options I have here over the weekend.
Famous Jameis, baby. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Jordan Love's a totally fine start. I don't know. Jordan Love's been doing Jameis, but worse lately.
Man.
I don't know,
It's a tough
Jake.
call.
You're gonna have to sleep on that. Oh.
And also, like the Cowboys, like CD. Obviously, it feels like a lock in my lineup, but they're playing the Panthers.
It's
Season's
Carolina.
over. They don't need to score on the Panthers, but you can't bench CD.
If CD plays, he's in.
I'll be thinking about this lineup for sure.
You're not happy about it though. I mean, the problem is the wide receivers in your team are ass. Sorry, buddy.
I think I've got some upside here.
Yeah. All right. Well,
some upside.
Who do we got? I have George.
Give me Jake.
Let's
Give me
go.
Jake.
He's trying to tank the guests' predictions,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'll take myself here.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
I know talking defense is a little
Taboo.
dumb, but you got to think George probably was going to audible from the San Fran D.
I don't know.
The Rams just diced up the Bills, and besides playing the Bears, look at San Fran's last 2 games before the Bears.
That's a good point.
They played 2 good offenses, and
They got shit on.
I think it seems like they're thinking that they're still alive, which they are technically still alive.
That's true.
I
That
think
division
that
is
they're still pretty motivated to
That's true.
make the playoffs, and I think
Who's
they're getting
out
hot,
there,
but
though?
In
I
my
don't want
opinion,
them
whoever
to.
wins this game probably wins the division. I still think the Rams
Oh.
and the Niners are both better than Seahawks.
I'm gonna be a dick and take this away from George, aka whoever else. I don't know if George would have picked them up, but anybody who would have picked up the Jets defense against the Jags. Sorry, buddy. You fucking kidding me? You ain't
They
getting
were still
that.
available.
Yeah, they were still available. I was just looking because I was looking to see who George would pick up because he has what's the defense on his bench that plays Tampa?
The Chargers.
I wouldn't play them either.
Maybe
I
save
just
them for
thought
the
of something.
championship. They play New England in the championship.
All right,
There's
I
still
got
some
one more
solid
pro
defense out
for-
there, but I don't know. Yeah,
I
go ahead.
totally forgot that I had the Chiefs defense. So I guess if I do start Jameis, if I start the stack with Jameis and either Elijah Moore or Cedric Tillman, I've got some insurance on my Jameis by having the defense that he's playing against.
Or you're in a
That might be
lose-lose
elite.
situation, and you should
That
pick
could
up
be the most elite
Arizona
insurance of all
defense.
time.
Jameis could go
It's
off,
having-
and your defense could score 25, like when Jameis.
That's actually a
Yeah, that's what I'm
fantastic
saying.
point.
It's the best insurance of all time is having the defense against Jameis.
A Jameis Kansas City stack. It's diabolical.
That's an incredible stack.
We've been thinking about the Jameis stack. It's all wrong.
This is the first time. This is the first time I've had the defense.
It's like Will
defense
Levis.
stack.
If the problem is, at least Jameis puts up points. You know, for guys that
upside,
throw
man.
pick sixes all the time, like Will Levis, you just can't play Will Levis, so it's not a stack. But with Jameis, he can score 5 touchdowns and 500 yards and still throw 2 pick sixes. He just did it like 2 weeks
That's
ago.
incredible. Yeah.
I mean, he throws a single pick
That
six, and it
happened.
doesn't matter how many points he puts up. Your defense is getting at least 5.
Man,
Yep.
I'm praying on George's downfall. Portland Sutton would look real nice in his lineup right now. You gotta think he'd probably be starting.
Portland
over
Sutton
George.
would
Yeah,
look really
definitely.
nice.
Yeah,
Lineup instead of AJ Brown, I'd be playing Portland
That's why I
Sutton.
don't know if you saw the group chat recently, but I did talk a little sauce
Oh.
mid rewind.
Oh,
I did see that.
aged like
Yeah.
milk. Let's see this. Send a photo. It's just a
Sutton's
George
ass.
Bro YouTube kick.
Sutton's
ass. That's good. Yeah, I'd be playing Sutton over AJ Brown if I was George and I had Sutton. Just saying. All right, well, I mean, that kind of does it, huh? Jake, you feeling
That
like you're
does
going to
it.
win this?
I'm starting to feel better already about this one.
I
And
feel a lot-
now. I'm actually feeling better about potentially starting Jameis. than
Unironically,
now we go.
I agree with you. I think I feel better about your chances if you pick
And
up
the only
Jameis.
thing I've kind of disliked that I've been doing this season is having the Love Reed stack. There's been a few weeks this
Yeah.
season when there's just huge games
Oh,
that
yeah.
I've been like, I kind of want to just bench them. So if they go off, as a Packer fan, I'm pretty happy still. That's where I might be at this week. We'll see.
It's true.
But I have to be more excited about Jameis than hedging my happiness against
Now, if you start
my
Jameis,
emotional hedge against the Packers.
is your guy JMO going in? Because he's been honestly pretty solid lately.
Probably.
Going
Well,
against Buffalo.
I was thinking about maybe picking one of the Browns receivers and trying to, have the.
I
ultimate
don't know,
stack.
man. I think the Chiefs is your best stack with Jameis. I'm dead serious.
I know you are. But yes, I do kind of want to start.
If I were to stack
JMO.
anybody with Jameis, it'd be Jerry Jeudy, and you don't have Jerry Jeudy, so in my opinion, it'd be JMO.
When Tillman was healthy
Yeah,
earlier, this was a couple
except for the
weeks
2
ago.
games before he got hurt. You know what I mean?
Before the bye week.
Ever since
That was
Jeudy
a-
stepped up, man.
I guess.
That's
The Chiefs should be pretty aware about Judy, though.
That's my take.
They should know about him.
Yeah, but are they going to be able to stop him? Can't stop Jameis. Maybe they don't want to stop him. Just let Jameis chuck it up to Judy. Fuck it. He'll throw 2 touchdowns to Judy. He'll throw 4 picks.
Play 20 points for the defense. Take it.
Yeah, it's a risky defense though, because if Jameis somehow does not throw an interception, or at least not 2 of them, could be in trouble.
I think you're right, though. The difference in the projection between Jameis and Love is probably accounted for with the Chiefs' defense. How that goes.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
That's a good point. If Jameis has a bad week, then Kansas City probably has 20+.
That is like that is solid. All right, this is enough for this matchup that's supposed to not look super close.
Works for me.
But it's exciting.
It is exciting. I agree. All right, let's get to the roast, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's see what we got. All right, we're gonna start with lemons. Brandon, I thought about roasting you because I did say that if you don't double lemons a score, I roast you. But
I would have lost.
yeah, that's a good point. I should be roasting you. That might be roast enough. Okay, well, we're gonna roast lemons. I feel like it's a little emotional, a little sailor send off for all the time that we've spent together at this part of the show. Lemons, I don't think that there's anyone in this league that is more relieved than me that your season is over. I don't think that I can mentally roast you again until next year. This was one of the absolute worst rosters that I've seen in quite some time.
Boom. Roasted.
The biggest thing to remember is we're dead.
Oh, jeez. All right, we're going to skip down to Nick. Nick, it is really great to see LeBron holding up your win total on the year in your team picture.
Boom. Roasted.
I'll give him 1 too. I have to do it.
Oh, yeah. Jake,
He earned it.
you're next.
Oh.
Jake, I hope that you realize that the playoff teams are praying that they play you. Also, I would have beaten you last week, and I was trying to lose.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Jake.
Roasted.
I overleft your button.
Damn it.
That was my fault.
I was going to press the playoffs button too. Yeah, that was...
I added the
Fair.
Jake is trash at fantasy button strictly for that. All right, Lane, you're the last one. Lane, you got dicked down by George harder than anyone that he's ever dicked down before, and he has a kid.
Boom. Roasted.
Jeez.
George is gonna love that. All right, that does it for the regular season, gents. Congratulations, we made it. For all of you that are on bye this week, like me, enjoy your week off. Watch the playoffs. See who you're gonna be playing next week. It's the only reason we're on bye, right, Preston? Shit.
The biggest thing to remember is we're dead.
Good luck to everyone except for Lane and George, I guess, because those are the guests on the show. Wow, covered the entire league in that one swell foop, if you will. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch you for the playoffs next week.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?